social science and chapter number 11, India water resources. You just see over here that it's a revision video. It means, as you know that it's a revision video because today is the 3rd of July. So on this Sunday you will be having a test of chapter number 11. So whatever we have done in this chapter, that we will revise today. Understood? Now, so let's begin. When we begin this chapter, if you remember that we talk about the importance of water. You know that water is a natural gift, or you can say water is a precious gift provided by the God, or you can say nature. You can say usage of water, if we list down, so it's so long, and that is why it's our moral duty or precious duty, or you can say pious duty to protect, or you can say conserve the water. Apart from this, we can say that each and every nation depends on their agriculture, industries, etc. And these all things are dependable on water. For example, you know that India is an agricultural country, but for agriculture, what we require most important thing is water. Okay. Now, for example, if any developed nation, it depends on industries or industrial sector, then also they require the water. So, in short, we can say the water is used everywhere. Understood? And if you remember that the numericals of water, that on the entire earth 71% of hydrosphere and 29% of lithosphere. Out of that, we can say these numericals 100% water is available on the earth. Out of the 100%, 97% water is in the form of ocean and sea, and only 3% water is available for us. Out of this 3%, 2% water is in the form of iceberg, or you can say ice sheets or glaciers. Now only 1% of fresh potable drinking water is available for the entire human beings or biotic world. As you know that all the human beings, animals, birds, or you can say biotic or entire biospheres, or you can say biotic or organisms, living organisms require water must. If you didn't eat for a day or 2 days, or you can say for 1 week also, it's okay. But we require the water every day. We know that. So due to this, you can say that God has made the water in such a way that it's called inseparable part of life. Why you know that? Because without water we cannot imagine the life also. Because the importance of water we know that in our life, in our day-to-day life also. Apart from this, we can say that water is a precious gift. Why? Because you know that the option, or you can say substitute of water is not available on the entire earth. For example, in place of water, we cannot use anything else. For example, if you are thirsty, you cannot drink something else that you can say satisfy your thirst. That is why the most important thing is that, and even though the water is not having the color, taste, or you can say smell also, that is why it is called the inseparable part of life. Now, after that, if you remember that, we have talked about that in first topic of that chapter number 11 is that sources of water. Sources of water. Now in that we know that sources of water in the sense we can say in which areas we get the water, or you can say in which part of that we get the water. In that we have discussed that 3 sources of water: rainwater, second thing is that surface water, and the last one is groundwater, or you can say that underground water. Now, you know that rainwater. Rain is the original source of the water on the entire earth. It means all the wells, you can say lakes, river, streams, ponds. These all the sources of water are filled due to the rainwater only. So we can say it's the original source of water. Now second is surface water. Surface in the sense we can easily see that water. For example, river, stream, ponds, well, etc. It's called surface water. It's available on the surface of the earth. In that, river is the main, or you can say original source of surface water. Please remember, students, don't confuse over here. It's an original source of water on the entire earth, and river is on the, you can say, original source of surface water only. Now next thing is that groundwater. You know that how the groundwater is possible, how in the water is available in the ground also. Whenever heavy rainfall, the water should be long, you can say absorbed and slowly and steadily it will be conserved and it will be stored into the underground. It means downside of the earth surface. It is called underground water, you can say groundwater. Now groundwater is the most important water. Why? You know that because it should not be evaporate easily. First of all. Second thing is that groundwater is mostly used for the two purpose. You can say irrigation and for our domestic use. Second, now groundwater is available 42% in the northern India, or you can say North India, and in South India the portion of groundwater is less due to, you can say in South India the land, or you can say the area having the plateaus and mountainous region. That is why the underground water level is too less in the South India, whereas groundwater level is too high in the northern India. That we have discussed. Afterwards, we have discussed about that. A second topic is that water resources and uses. Water resources and uses. Our second topic is that water resources and uses. Now, if you remember that we have talked about that. First of all, if you want to grow 1 kg wheat, it requires 1500 liter water. Understood? So we know that how the water is useful for us. So the water resources which are available on the earth and their uses. First of all, 84% of water is useful in our irrigation purpose. Now we know that the main medium of irrigation, but remember you know that student, our ancient irrigation facilities that in second century, first of all, Grand Anicut Canal was constructed across the river Kaveri. Now just imagine in second century, ancient people or our ancestor already has constructed the canal due to, or you can say, irrigation purpose. Second thing, in 1882, Eastern Yamuna Canal was constructed in Uttar Pradesh for the same purpose. Now that we have discussed, after that we can say irrigation. You know what is irrigation? Supply the water for the agriculture purpose. It's a simple irrigation. Now there are three mediums of irrigation. If you remember that we have talked about. First one is that wells and tube wells. Second one is that canal, and third one is that pond. Now, generally students, you know that the main, or you can say important irrigation medium is that wells and tube wells, and respectively a canal, because wells and tube wells are helpful to provide the water for the irrigation purpose. Majorly in each and every areas, these two mediums are too much helpful for the irrigation purpose. Pond. In South India, you know that the land is non-porous, so the water should be stored, and that water they will be used for the different purpose. So there is too much questions that we have discussed also. Why in South India the agriculture has done with the help of pond? The same reason, they will be having mountainous and you can say plateaus region. That is why the underground water is too less. Apart from this, you can say that the land or soil which is available in South India is non-porous. So due to that only they have done the agriculture to the pond. That we have discussed. After that, students, most important thing that we have discussed is multi-purpose project. Which one? Multi-purpose project. Now that we will discuss. Next topic is multi-purpose project. Now, students, what is first of all multi-purpose project? As you know that India is you can say in India we have so many rivers, small and big rivers, and these all rivers water should be flow. You can say wasteful. We can say so. If we conserve this water or rainwater, and that water should be used for the different purpose, it is called multi-purpose project. You know that when we discuss about this, we have done around can say 10 to 11 points about the uses of multi-purpose project. Now first of all, multi-purpose, from the words only we can understand multi and purpose. It means it is used for the not for one way, it will be used for the different way. First of all, multi-purpose project should be used for the flood control. Second one is available for the drinking purpose. Then for irrigation, industries, agriculture, and apart from this many more points that we have discussed. It means multi-purpose project, or you can say entertainment also. Even then protection of wildlife, or fisheries also. So many uses are there which the water is stored in our different purposes. Apart from this, you know that for making a generation of electricity, it is the most important, because the main importance of our multi-purpose project is that generation of electricity. It means you know that in many multi-purpose project there would be applying a turbine, and there should be through the help of this turbine we generate the electricity, and that electricity provided to the different states, or you can say different area also. So it is the definition of multi-purpose project. First we can say that multi-purpose project means to solve the problems connected with the river valley, or to you can say use the water into the multi-purpose, that is why it is called multi-purpose project. Now apart from this, if you remember that we have talked about the entire table. It means first column is about the river, first column is about the multi-purpose project, second one is about the river, and third one is about the beneficiary state. So today I will draw over here, but not will write each and every one. If possible, I will give you the name of each and every one, each and every multi-purpose project, but we will write here, you can say few of them. First one is multi-purpose project. Second one is river, and here state. Student, here you can write beneficiary state also. Now in that first one, if you remember that Bhakra Nangal, Bhakra Nangal project, which is located onto the Satluj river. Which river? Satluj river, and the beneficiary states are Punjab, Haryana, and Rajasthan. Satluj river, here Punjab, Haryana, and Rajasthan. Now students, here we have written three states, then those who are beneficiaries of it. Then after we have talked about Kosi, multi-purpose project name Kosi, river is also Kosi, and beneficiary state is Bihar. Then Hirankud on Mahanadi, beneficiary state Odisha. Then Sardar Sarovar, or you can say Narmada Valley on the river of Narmada, beneficiary state. Four state is that maximum, four state: Gujarat, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, and Madhya Pradesh. Additional short MP, Madhya Pradesh. So now students, we have discussed this. Our second topic is that multi-purpose project. What is multi-purpose project? Okay, what are the programs, or what are the benefit, or what are the uses of the water of the multi-purpose project that we have listed out. After that, the list of our multi-purpose project. Apart from this, many more there. For example, in Gujarat, we have about that Ukai and Kakrapar, Sabarmati on Sabarmati river. So many more from this, but we have listed down. You can say list of it. It means we have list here not more than that 4 or 5. Now after that, our next topic is that distribution of area under irrigation. Now distribution of area under irrigation. Now our next topic is that distribution of area under irrigation. You know that many areas of our countries are irrigated by the different you can say multi-purpose project as well as different water resources. Apart from this, we can say there is a difference regarding the area under irrigation in every state. It means the irrigation facilities is you can say different from state to state. For example, some of the states require less irrigation water, whereas some states are require a huge amount of, or you can say huge volume of water for the irrigation facilities. That we will discuss also over here. Now after that, we can say that coastal districts in Andhra Pradesh delta regions of Godavari and Krishna rivers, Mahanadi delta in Odisha, Kaveri delta in Tamil Nadu, Punjab, Haryana and western Uttar Pradesh, etc. are the major irrigations you can say that is in our country. After that, you know that after the independence, our irrigation facilities is increased 4 times. How many times? 4 times. And the area 38% net shown area is covered under the irrigation facilities. And maximum we can say that Mizoram and Punjab. Do you understand? In Mizoram, it requires a less amount of water because they are totally dependable on the rainwater. You know that Mizoram, which is the eastern side of India, it means they are getting the maximum, or you can say huge amount of rainfall throughout the year. In eastern state, they are getting more than 400 centimeter to 1200 centimeter of rainfall. That is why they require less amount for the irrigation facilities. In Mizoram, only 7.3% water is required for the irrigation facilities, whereas in Punjab is 90.8. You know that Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan and Gujarat, they are known as the dry belt because here the rainfall is around 70 to 110 centimeter or 20 centimeter, and that is why we require the huge amount of irrigation facilities. You know that Punjab, because 5 rivers is located in Punjab, and Punjab is also known as the wheat bowl of India, greenery of India, because due to that 5 rivers that they are providing the facilities of irrigation facilities up to 90.8% in area. That is the good thing. Now after that, our next topic is that water crisis. Now students, in water crisis we know that okay, nowadays this problem is going or raising and raised. For example, water crisis, it means pure potable fresh drinking water is not available in our domestic use as well as in our drinking purpose. It is called water crisis, and we are too lucky that we are living in the Charota region, so it is good for us that the water is available in the full of volume, or you can say plenty. But some of the our country areas as well as some of the areas of our state also, they are not getting the huge amount of water because the water crisis is very dangerous. You know that due to water crisis, many people are died also, many people are quarreling with each other also. During that lessons we have talked about that Maharashtra. In Maharashtra there would be, you can say, one kind of system, it is called tanker system. Whenever the tanker came into the city, or you can say into the area, the people are quarreling with each other, climbing on each other to get the water, only one pot water. Now look at the condition, it is called water crisis. And it is not our problem. Majority many states, or you can say many countries of the world are facing this problem. But this problem we can solve by our own skill and intent. First of all, water pollution should be stopped. You know that students, right now in India, the huge amount of rivers are there. if we stop the water pollution of that particular river, so easily the entire India get the huge amount of pure potable drinking water. But most of the Indian rivers are too much polluted because the industries are directly emitted that water, chemical water into water bodies. Now that water should not be used for irrigation purpose either or for the drinking purpose. So water crisis will be there, and if the rainfall is occur or not, the drought would be on the head of Gujarat. We know that. After that we can say that how the water crisis is going to be raising. So what are the reasons for the water crisis? You can say first of all urbanization. Right now what happened, due to better life, better facilities, the people are moving towards the city areas. Second thing is that increasing of pollution or population, both are the same thing. You can say same in the sense both the same words, or you can say pollution and population are increasing. That is why the water crisis should be. After that, water crisis in the sense 8% of town and 50% of villages are not getting pure potable drinking water. And so students, we know that 8% town and 50% villages are not getting the pure potable drinking water. Now our next topic is that you can say management and conservation of water resources. It means we can say that what we can do for the conservation of water resources. So you know that first of all we can say that the remedies to conserve the water are to be done at a different stages. The maintenance of water resource is known as water conservation. It means the management of, you can say, to make the water pure. It means to save. It's called water conservation simply. So for that, you know that our topic is that, next topic is that rainwater harvesting. Okay, it means we know that in India, or India is a monsoonal country, so we'll be having a huge amount of rainfall. So the rainwater should be used in our different projects. So that water should be used for our different purpose also. For example, special methods to collect the rainwater and the conserve it include the construction of well, tube wells, and khet talabis. It means if you know that the rainwater should be collected or the well should be deep inside, or khet talabdi, it means farm pond, should be constructed, so huge amount of rainfall should be stored. Now after that, what are the main objectives of the rainwater harvesting? Or you can say main objectives of the rainwater harvesting. Main objective of rainwater harvesting. Now first of all, we can say it reduces the water pollution. It means that the rainwater should be reduce the water pollution, because if the rain fall, understood, so the quality of water should be flow away. So that next one is that quality of groundwater. Quality of groundwater should be increased. It means we can say that quality of the groundwater should be increased because the available water should be stored into the groundwater automatically. Next one is that reduce the runoff water, reduce the surface runoff water. You can say reduce the surface runoff water. Then next one is that fulfill the increasing demand of water. Now, so I have written here a few objectives of the rainwater harvesting. Apart from this, we can use for the domestic purpose. So many lists out there. You have already done that. Okay, for example, we have done in the form of worksheet also, in the form of this video lecture also. Now our last topic is that for that you can say the management and which point should be considered for the water management? You can say point is water management. You know students, water management means which point should be considered for the water management? It means simply how we can save or conserve the water. First of all, we can use the water, you can say economically, judiciously in the toilet, basins, or washing the vehicles. Use the recycled water. So it's a very simple question that we have already done in the form of worksheet and video lectures. But one or two points that we will discuss so you can understand what is the water management or which point should be considered for the water management. If possible, recycle the used water, save the reservoirs for the water pollution. It means you know that many multi-purpose projects or dam are there, that water should not be polluted. Otherwise, what happens? The huge amount of water should be polluted, so that polluted water should not be used for the other purpose. Apart from this, another thing that we have that keep watch eye on the unit those who are using the groundwater. Understood? It means we know that today nowadays what happened, many companies or industries are drilling through the tube well, they are taking out the huge amount of water with the help of tube well. That should not be happen. So these are the simple points are there for the water management. And as you know that water is an inseparable part of life, so it is our moral duty and pious duty to protect the water. So students, here we have completed the entire chapter revision also. So it's your duty that watch the video carefully one more time, get all the worksheets of these chapters, gone through it, take a glance on it, make the list of question and answer, objective portions, numericals part, etc. It will be helpful for your Sunday test. Thank you.